Hello, I am Dan Stapleton, and this is Alex Ryan from Calypso,
Hello, hello.
and he's showing off Dungeons 2 here. Alex, tell us a little bit about Dungeons 2. This is also from Realm Forge, the developers of the first Dungeons, and it's coming out early next year on PC.
That is correct. Yes. Realm Forge is makers of the first Dungeons and the Dungeons expansion. We'll be are working on Dungeons 2, which you can see here in the Dungeon Lord, and it's coming out first quarter of 2015, so it's coming out pretty soon. What we have here is a previous build, just to kind of run you through a couple of things.
Yeah, by all means. And like it's actually really different from the first Dungeons. I was kind of surprised at how different it is. First of all, your Dungeon Lord in the first Dungeons was a free roaming character, and now he's glued to his seat, like much like in Dungeon Keeper. So it's kind of moving back toward the Dungeon Keeper formula in some ways.
Yeah, in a way, with the first Dungeons, Realm Forge set out to do their own thing, and a lot of people, were expecting a Dungeons Keeper. But we did at the same time get a huge fan base for Dungeons itself. So the overall goal of Dungeons 2 is kind of take what everybody really likes about this sort of dungeon simulation and give them a little everything they would like, and then a little bit more actually, which we'll see in a bit.
So at this stage, you're still like hollowing out your dungeon area, and you have to place down traps to prevent enemies from coming in and trying to steal your gold. But you no longer have to capture them like you did in the first one. You just kill them.
Correct. Yeah. This one we've gotten rid of sort of appeasing the humans. What the heroes and the good people will come in through here and just straight up attack your Dungeon Lord. So the reason the Dungeon Lord is stuck to this chair is because they're trying to pull him back from the other side, and he's magically cursed and bound to it.
I hate when that happens.
I know. It's so tough. So much sitting. And so what we do have here is one of the levels missions from the game. We've kind of built it up a little bit already with the different rooms, and we have a good amount of people off doing our tasks. So, in the dungeons, it's all full simulation. You can direct units to different areas, but you don't have direct control. So these little guys, like the little dude I picked up, with your Hand of Terror. We get another guy. There you go, a little snot right there.
Yeah, each of these guys has his own name and everything, which is kind of cool.
Yeah, everyone's got their own name, little personalities. You can see on the bottom, Snuffles here. He'll slowly level up. Right now he's at 60. He loves gold. I don't know. Sometimes he'll fall asleep. Everybody loves beer. So you've got different aspects to each of the different characters. We also have in this level we have orcs, goblins. And obviously the cheat menu because I'm not that great. Orcs.
But like you said, you're not directly controlling them, but you can give them orders like you want to hollow out this piece of rock, and then they'll come and do it.
Yeah. Here's also a good example. We can with the just basic snots. We've got kind of connect this room right here. Oops! Accidentally picked up a goblin. So he's just chilling. There we go. We can break through, and then start mining the gold, and the gold goes into your overall treasure room.
But in doing that, you don't say, "Hey, go mine this." You just say, "I want this mined out," and then somebody around there will say, "Oh, I'm available. I'll go mine that."
Yep. See, so here's one of the little snots. These are little worker guys. So I've selected the area, and so now he's what's going to do is send a message to have whoever's closer come over, and so this guy automatically ran over there as well. Oh, but now here's a spider. Because we've unearthed spiders, so now we got the orc who's going to take these guys down while poor little non-fighting snot freaks out. So move him out of the way. And drop over here. See where's our other orcs. Ulok's drinking beer. Grab that. Oh. Let's see. Oh, I just threw some money at the spider.
Make it rain.
Yeah. There we go. So it's like, I will give you this money if you kill this spider. Oh.
So it's on this level, it's all very indirect control. You're just putting guys kind of in rough position and telling them what you want done, but it's not like RTS control.
Correct. Yeah, it's set it and forget it in a sense, but
right.
You never want to forget it because then you'll end up dying.
So, but in the meantime, enemies are coming into your dungeon, and this is all classic Dungeon Keeper style stuff, right? And they're coming into your dungeon and trying to steal your gold. So you've got these traps here. Those are spiked floors that they'll walk over as they try and get in there, and they'll get killed. But what's really interesting about this game, which I've never seen in a Dungeon Keeper style game before, is you can actually go above ground.
Yeah, one of the things that we wanted to add in this is to kind of give everybody what they really wanted from a dungeon simulation game, but then go above and beyond. So once you're building this out, trying to raise the evilness of your dungeon lord, you actually have to go into the overworld, and at that point, let me get this guy here, and another orc there, and one more. Let's see. All right, and all right. So I got 4 dudes, so you can see at the bottom of the screen. And what you do is you drag them all the way over here, because you love telling people what to do, and you drop them at the gateway to your dungeon. So you'll see on the bottom right, that is our map for the dungeon, and now on the bottom left, now we are full-on RTS mode. So
Yeah, this is like something completely different. And you know, it looks to be a fairly simple RTS, all things considered. But and you're not building new units on this map. You're not kind of colonizing the map. It's kind of a tactical RTS where you've got a limited unit supply, but you've got support abilities that you can cast from your dungeon keeper down below. But it's like a almost totally different game up here because the controls are completely different and the goals are different.
Yeah, part of the overworld ties into also the underworld as far as the story mission mode goes. The one we're in right now is we're on our way to basically to get this other tribe of bad people, the Nagas, which are spellcasters and range fighters, on our side. But as you can see, when it kind of did the transition, it was all nice and pretty, but now we're spreading evil. And it is a little bit of both. So the story will get you to where you need to be, and then the narrator will jump in and kind of tell you what you're doing right or what you're doing wrong. Because right now he's like, "Oh, hey, what's going on here?" And I think we're about to walk into a giant ambush, and he's like, "Oh, don't mind me. I only warned you." So
and you can't really hear him right now, but in the full game, it's going to be the same narrator who did the Stanley Parable.
Correct.
Which that's fantastic narration. I can't wait to hear him.
Yeah, it's a little quiet in this, but yeah, it's the sense of Dungeons has always been really, really, really tongue-in-cheek humor. So it's great to have him on board and doing all this. Like, it is nonstop, just sort of sarcastic, snarky comments to you and how you're managing your teams. Like you saw when he was when we walked down into the ambush area, he held no punches when he was telling you were wrong.
So as you go over these areas and kind of take them from the humans, it all turns into this dark orky style area.
Yeah, it's like I was saying, like a reverse Okami. Like you want to make everything evil and worse. And what I need to do. All right, so we're stuck here. This is what's going on. This is the super end boss of this particular mission, and here are the unfortunate Nagas who are not doing very well. What we need to do is get back and get around and trying to come up on the rear and try and save these guys. You can target these folks. And what's going to happen is hopefully not die. And then we're going to unrelease one of those captive Nagas. So now we've killed the human. Oh, almost.
Though what's really interesting about this is that all the while this is going on, your dungeon is still humming along like normal. And you could be attacked. You could be attacked. I guess you were attacked. Somebody tried to get in there.
Yeah,
and
missed it.
Yeah, found one of your traps.
There you go. Yep, I'm gonna reset that. Hopefully we can get another little guy in there. Watch him. Heroes love to go into dungeons for gold. So we are teaching them a lesson.
But then while we're doing this, your guys are still fighting on the overworld. So it's kind of a different kind of plate spinning than I'm used to seeing in an RTS. But it's because you're kind of running 2 parallel games. They're 2 entirely different games.
Yes, Dungeons 2 is for 2 different games. But yeah, and it's all real time. So there's a pause, but you have to constantly keep managing both the dungeon simulation down here to make sure that you're getting resources, and then also the RTS part of here. It never stops. Okay, and now we've got, and in the overworld, let me jump in here. We've got sort of what are called mini bosses. Like bears. Sometimes there's a unicorn you have to take down. But now we've rescued the Naga, and the Naga's healing us while we fight. This is a whole nother class right there, and more bears come out because they're not happy. Oh, see, and the bear has stun ability, so now this guy's stunned. So he was just kind of getting a little bit beat up. Let's see, let's get this guy.
But see, you do have some support abilities you can cast from your dungeon lord, right?
Actually, you've got a whole bunch. Let's see if we can rage on this guy. I mean, the orcs have their own particular, they get really, like, sort of, what is it? Aggressive move. And then what'll happen, and this is actually kind of the goal of this level, so what'll happen later is this is the mana. This is what the Nagas will help you mine. So mana is essentially magic. And once you build up enough of the magic and you build up your level of dungeon lord, what the dungeon lord can do is cast spells using mana, and some will either cast spells on the inside of the dungeon or out here that will show up as support spells on the bottom right. So you'll have like area of effect heal, you'll have area of effect damage. There's one where you can rain down a firestorm. There are lots of different varied magic attacks. But like a simulation, it's all about resource management within the dungeon. So now we're getting we're in a little bit of trouble here. Hopefully that guy stays alive.
Maybe.
Nope.
Run away. Oh, the Naga can fight too. Nice.
Yeah.
But so this is all a story mission. But you're telling me there's also multiplayer where we can both be running our own dungeons and sending our forces to fight on the overworld.
Correct. Yeah, it's a 4-person multiplayer. You'll be able to either do custom dungeons and share the levels, or you just kind of compete and try and take over the balance of 4. I'm just waving my hands here. 4 separate dungeons.
I can't see your hands.
But one of the things that we did is I'm gonna boost. Our poor little orcs died. So let me see if I can get these guys started. Yeah. Just give you a note. So this is a fairly early preview build. So some of the the Hand of Terror here is gonna work a little bit better.
Yeah, work in progress.
Always. But it's shaping up real nice.
Yeah, what I always like to tell people is like, if this were done, it would already be out. So
yeah.
you should expect a few glitches in some of these builds.
Yeah. We put the P in preview.
Right.
Yeah. But yeah, it's coming along really nice. They're putting Rome Forge is working super hard on it. The art assets, not a lot of what you can see here is really try to really give the design that when you are evilifying the world, that it is a dramatic change. And you'll notice like here it's all fairy tale human, nice and made out of candy. And then as soon as your evil folks show up, then it's like boom, you've got I don't know what kind of creature that was, but it's dead. All right. Now here's the part where I have the Naga. So the Naga can see invisible creatures.
Oh.
Because otherwise, your orcs would not be able to hit this elfin archer. So now we're going to heal. Oh.
You got this.
Yeah, and we're down.
All right.
Spreading the evil.
Evil shrooms.
Yes. Don't eat those. That's all bad.
All right, Alex. Well, thank you very much for showing this off. I'm actually really intrigued to see how this is all going to come together between the juggling those 2 games at once. But yeah, so Dungeons 2 is coming out sometime early 2015.
Yeah, probably within the first couple of months of 2015.
Great.
Yeah, we're just finishing up things right now, so I expect to see a whole bunch of new content and some that'll come by again and show it to you then.
Great.
Cool.
So for more on Dungeons 2, keep it on IGN.
You got it. Awesome. Thank you.